Shut up, it's Neverreap 500 time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of the Neverreap 500. Here we are in beautiful, not-so-sunny Neverreap today, where our fourth White Mage contestant, Xemlis Pro, is about to take on the Neverreap 500. Xemlis, whenever you are ready, go ahead and undertake it. And of course, here with me today, as always, is Nero Grigori. And Nero, how you doing?
Not bad, Kahlo. Glad to be here today. A little bit cold in Neverreap, but that's all right. We're excited to see what Xemlis is going to bring to the table.
I gotta wait for a cooldown.
Oh, jeez, he has to wait for it. Already getting off to a bad start here, folks. Well, for now, then, while we wait for Xemlis to prepare, why don't we go over some of the past Neverreap 500s when we've had White Mages before. Now, the first White Mage to ever run the Neverreap 500 was Thor Carson, who had not what one would call a stellar performance. I believe he got to 2 or 3, I think it was 3, before he finally succumbed. After that was Joe Never Fails, running his own version of the Neverreap 500, and he actually holds the current White Mage record at 6. Then, of course, we had somebody else who I can't think of who ran it, and I think only got to 4. So, White Mages, not especially strong when it comes to the Neverreap 500.
That is true. The job of choice seems to be Astrologian. At least that's what we've observed to be the most effective at the Neverreap 500, and so far Scholar's the least effective, but White Mages split the difference right down the center, and they seem to be coming in at the middle of the pack.
Yes, I'd also like to point out, too, that the current Neverreap 500 record holder is Azilia Crimson with 8 totems. So even Joe, as a White Mage, he got pretty close. He was only 2 away from being able to tie it. So we'll see what Xemlis can do for us today. I'll be interested to see what kind of tactics he comes up with. So
yes, yeah.
Xemlis, whenever you're ready.
There are you have to take a look at each one of these classes differently and from its own unique perspective, because they all kind of come in differently where this challenge is concerned, and they all have different tactics that work to varying degrees of success as well. So when you've got Astrologians that clearly edge out all of the other competitors, and then White Mages and Scholars lagging behind. It does seem like they need to be judged according to their own criteria, and maybe not by the total number of totems. So maybe it would be fair to have to have them judged by their respective categories.
Yeah, and what's interesting, too, is the fact that even though what makes the Astrologian the stronger choice, and that is the sect that gives them the shield, Scholars have that same ability, that same trait, but they perform the worst out of the 3 healers. Now, a lot of people, when discussing the theory behind Scholar, have put their strength within the pet, but what we've seen so far hasn't actually been... The pet hasn't brought a lot to the table. The first one that we saw run it, the pet was decimated really early on. Mm-hmm. And when you take the time to have to put hate on each of the totems in order to keep it off of your pet, you're spending more time standing still, and you're spending more time being hit the further along you go. So Scholar, even though you wouldn't think so, is actually bottom tier when it comes to the Neverreap 500.
And let's not forget that that the more totems that you have moved out of the circle, then they end up disappearing from the field. And if
is that it?
Well, you can't come out of the circle once the wall goes up.
No. I meant the
when they come alive, they count towards you. So if they are inert,
right,
they're inactive, they don't count. So alive and tethered totems.
Got it.
All right.
And here we go. Xemlis stepping up to the plate.
Well, you can't come out of the circle once the wall goes up.
No. I meant the
when they come alive, they count towards you. So if they are inert, they're inactive, they don't count. So alive and tethered totems.
Got it.
All right.
And here we go. Xemlis stepping up to the
Xemlis,
plate.
Extremely green behind the ear. Now the biggest factor here, and actually I think this is what took down our most promising scholar, was they don't get rid of the bleed in time. That bleed there is the biggest danger in the Neverreap 500 because it can knock you down really quick. More dangerous than the totems, more dangerous than Kanu himself, because the bleed isn't anything that you can outrun.
Yeah, that dot is going to be a big factor when trying to keep yourself up, especially the more totems you have on field, because the totems, while Kanu Vanu will stop hitting you, the totems don't stop. So the amount of actually outgoing damage is something that you want to be able to plan for and account for.
Yes. Most of our astrologians that have gotten high up into the upper ranks of the Neverreap 500, they all say that you must save your swift cast for the bleed erase. There is no question about that, because that bleed is extremely powerful. And I'm not 100% sure, but is the number of totems up? Does that increase the bleed in any way?
I have no idea, but there we go. We see the bleed coming out again. Xemlis down
really
into about 2.5k, down to 1.6k.
11%.
Ooh, and he gets a clutch heal off there. Now,
unfortunately, I don't see Xemlis doing very well.
Kanu stopping to cast again.
Yep. Rookie Xemlis Prower. It's not looking too good. Normally we don't see the really good astrologians, the really good white mages, dropping that low in health to at least 4 or 5 totems, and already he's
and down.
What did he cast? Oh,
down he goes
3.
at 3 totems. Xemlis coming in, and I mean that's a fairly deep. That's not the worst showing that we've had.
It's not the worst showing we've ever seen. No. So maybe someday with a little bit more practice and a little bit more study into the Neverreap 500, you can maybe someday ascend to the same ranks as our current champion, Azilia Crimson. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for the Neverreap 500 today. Make sure you come back next time. And remember, if you want to run your own version of the Neverreap 500, go ahead and do that and put it up on YouTube, and then hashtag it to us on Twitter with Neverreap 500, and maybe we'll show your showing and commentate on it for you on Limit Break Radio.